Hi, I'm Marr. I'm a professional whitewater kayaker, and I'm going to take you through a yoga routine that I like to use for preparation and recovery. It doesn't matter if I've been creek boating, running waterfalls, practicing my flat water stroke, or just enjoying nice continuous class 4. This really helps me recover because I get into the shoulders, my groin, and I do a bit of core strength, all in one routine. Let's go. We will start with a standing cat-cow. So on the inhale, arching our back, a bit of a back bend. Exhale, crunching forward and rounding through your shoulders. So just go on your own breath, inhaling to back bend, exhaling and folding. I like to externally rotate my hands so that it gets a little bit into my shoulders, and internally rotate so I can get across the top of my back. Do 2 more of those. Take up a bit more space. Come back to center and lift your arms over your head. So inhale, raise your arms. And at the top of your inhale, clasp your hands together and flip your palms up. We're gonna do this 3 times. Exhale, lower your arms. Inhale, raise your arms. Lace your fingers, stretch. Exhale, lower your arms. Last one. Inhale, raise your arms, lace, stretch. Exhale, lower your arms. This is a bit involved, so pay attention. Inhale, raise your arms, lace your fingers, stretch. Exhale, a little bit of a back bend, a little bit of a bend to the knees. Release your grip. Kind of goalpost stretches across the chest and bring your arms up to this sort of offering position. Inhale, open wide. Up, lace and stretch. Exhale, release and lower just to parallel with the ground. Open again. Inhale to close. Raise, lace and stretch. Exhale, lower your arms. We're gonna do that 2 more times. Inhale, raise your arms, lace your fingers, stretch. Exhale, back bend. Release your arms, bring them out to the front. Inhale, open, lift, lace, stretch. Exhale, lower, open. Inhale, close, raise, lace and stretch. Exhale, lower your arms. Once more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale in the same way again. Lace your fingers, flip your palms, stretch. Look forward in front of you, and on your exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, bend to the left. Inhale, come up. Exhale again to the right. On your inhale, try to stretch your hands away from your head a bit more, and exhale, bend over a bit more. And 2 more breaths like that. Inhale, come back up, and exhale to the left. Inhale, stretch more. Exhale, also stretch more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, lower your arms. The next part of this sequence is a sun salutation A and a sun salutation B, and then a quick flow. So if you are somebody who has never done yoga and doesn't know some of the names of the postures, it's a lot easier for me to use the names that I've heard most, which include up dog, down dog, chaturanga, and I'm just going to explain those things now so that whatever comes out of my mouth is understandable, because I'm not in complete control of my vocabulary. The sun salutation, we start from standing, similar to what we've just done. We'll raise our hands, lace our fingers. When we bend over, that kind of starts with the butt sticking out, keeping the back pretty flat, coming all the way down to a bit of a forward fold. Then there will be an inhale to flat back, which for some people, their hands will be on the ground. For me to get to flat back, I put my hands on my shins. Then we'll exhale back down, and from here, we're going back to a high plank, which can be stepping back, can be just getting back there however you want, or you can jump back. From here, you go into this low push-up. This is how you get into the upward dog position, and it's called a chaturanga. You can kind of come down in a low push-up, or what I like to work on is getting my shoulders a little bit ahead of my wrists, coming down not all the way, and then I untuck my toes and push myself up until my knees come off the ground. Then down dog. And from there, you walk, step, or jump your feet between your legs, and inhale to a little bit of a flat back, exhale, lace our fingers, come back up to where we started. Once we get into the next, we'll just do that once. We'll go into the next round, and we are going to come up into a warrior 1. And that will be stepping one leg forward from down dog. Our back foot will shoot out at 45 degrees, and try to keep your nipples pointed to the front of the mat and touch your hands above your head. What's cool about this one is you can see a lot of progression in the time you spend doing yoga to the control you have and the flexibility that's coming from top of your leg through your groin into your torso. We do that on each side. We come up, then we'll do the whole flow again into a warrior 1 and then a warrior 2, which I can just explain on our way through. And we'll do another chaturanga flow. Moving on. Just gonna add in one little pro tip. In the yoga that I've done, I've always gone right to the front of the mat when an instructor said go to the front of the mat. Since I now am about a foot or just over from the front of the mat, and it makes it easier for me to jump back, jump forward, etc. So arrive yourself somewhere near the front of your mat. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, raise your arms, lace your fingers and stretch. Exhale, lead with your butt. Start to fold forward all the way down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale your hands to the mat and step or jump back to a high plank. Down, low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Do a couple breaths here. It's also a great time to stretch your calves individually or wag your tail slowly and do a side stretch. Just bend your knees and get ready to step or jump your feet forward into a flat back. Exhale, fold. Place your fingers, inhale, lead with your pinkies, come back up. Exhale, lower your arms. Inhale, raise your arms. Lace your fingers, stretch. Exhale, start to fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, step or jump. High plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let your left foot shoot out 45. Inhale, bring your leg between your arms. Lift up, hands together, warrior one. Exhale, frame your foot with your hands. Step back, lower into the bottom of a push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot shoots out. Inhale, left foot forward. Come on up. Exhale. Frame your foot and head back down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your legs, step or jump, forward, halfway, exhale, fold, inhale, come on up. Exhale, lower your arms. Inhale, raise your arms, lace your fingers, stretch, exhale, lower. Inhale halfway. Exhale, jump back. Low push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot shoots out 45. Right stands up between, back to warrior one. And just take a breath here. Move your front leg, try to bring your knee to the outside a little bit in case it's coming in. Just pay attention to your hands, where you can get them, your shoulders. Bring your hands down and point them at the front of the room. And then I love this like draw back, like you're pulling back a bowstring. Drop your hands to face the ground, and now it's warrior two. And breathe. All we're gonna do from here is swivel on our feet so that we can enter into warrior one on the other side. So my feet are moving long edge of the mat. Now I'm loading into my left leg. I'm gonna circle my right arm down so I can come back into a warrior one on the other side. And breathe. Lower your arms, draw back into warrior two, and try to sink a little lower into your legs. I like to try to keep my spine straight up and down. It's pretty normal to lean forward. Swivel back, frame your foot, and we'll go down one more low push-up. Up dog. Exhale, down dog.
Take a couple breaths here. Recovery pose. Inhale, bend your legs, look forward, get your feet forward, halfway up. Exhale. Inhale, lace your fingers, lead with your pinkies. Exhale, lower your arms. We're going to go into triangle pose on each side, beginning at whatever your zone is, towards the front of your mat. Take around a 3-foot-ish step. Bring your arms up and point your right foot all the way that way, along the line of the long edge of your mat. And your back foot can come in a little bit. And just bring your hands down to the mat. You can grab your leg. If you have a block, you could rest it on that. When you get yourself into position, just look up and breathe. And do 2 more breaths here. On your next inhale, bring your arms back up, change positions with your feet, dip down. Look up. Inhale, come up. Face your feet forward. Exhale, back to where we started. Inhale. Big one. Exhale. And we're going to take a wider step back, 5 feet, whatever, almost the size of the mat. Inhale your arms up. Exhale behind you. Lace your fingers the weird way if you can. Fold forward. Just as far as you can go, as far as you want to go. And try to bring your fists over your head. We're going to move around now in this position. This is meant to just feel good. You can move side to side. You can release the grip and support this movement by putting your hands on the ground. You can dig in to each leg as much as you want. And if it feels good, you start to get really low and alternate pointing the opposite foot to the leg you're leaning into, straight up. And whatever speed you want, you don't even have to do it. You can be in a wide fold. You can already be back to standing if you want. But I encourage kayakers especially, because we sit in the boats for so long, to take note of how this feels and continue to monitor how that feeling changes as you stretch out these areas, because it's very helpful. Back to center. Exhale. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Inhale, return to the starting position. We're going to finish this off on the ground. Bring yourself however which way you'd like to a tabletop position. Your hands can be pretty close to underneath your shoulders. Your knees can be pretty close to underneath your hips. And we are going to alternate raising our opposite limbs. So left hand and right foot. Inhale them up, exhale them down. Inhale them up, exhale them down. Choose your own speed. And if you want, your hands can be pretty close to underneath your shoulders. Your knees can be pretty close to underneath your hips. And we are going to alternate raising our opposite limbs. So left hand and right foot. Inhale them up, exhale them down. Inhale them up, exhale them down. Choose your own speed. And if you want to make this a little bit more challenging for the core, you can keep doing that, or you can lift your knees off the ground and then try to keep them at the same height and control your hips as you do this exercise. Exhale them down, inhale them up. Just a few more. Last two. Okay, bring your knees down if they were up. And we are going to continue to work on the core with some plank. You can stay right here. You can do a forearm plank. Just try to suck in your belly button closer to your spine, whatever you're doing. You can do a high plank, or you can alternate between high and low plank, which is what I'm going to do. And try not to move my hips too much. I try to keep breathing smooth and a bit slower than I want to. Just two more. Bring your knees back down, and we're gonna switch onto our backs. So just bring your legs underneath you, shoot them forward. And we're going to do some dead bugs. We're alternating, extending our right leg, left hand, left leg, right hand. The same deal, but doing it from a lying down position. And yeah, just try to keep the still leg in the same spot. Same for your arms. So exhale it down, inhale back up, exhale back down. Just focus on the breathing and keeping the belly kind of toned by just trying to think about getting your belly button closer to your spine. I try to just hover. I try not to connect with the ground, just hover it. Do an amount more, maybe 3 per side. Last 2. Okay, the next little sequence we're gonna do is the harder of the core exercises. It's called boat pose. And as a kayaker, this is the type of core exercise I like to do, because if you imagine sitting in a kayak, I'm sitting like this. The bow of my river running kayak is another distance, a couple feet away from my feet. And if you think about how far away the bow of the kayak is from your core, which when you're river running, you control a lot of the boat's movements with your hips via your core, how you're controlling the edges. But starting to control the bow comes a lot from loading into the back bend, having your knees come with you, and it's quite a bit to pull on that much of your body to affect plastic that is that far away from you. This exercise helps with that. This is good for boofing, pulling kick flips, boofing off waves, everything. So you can start with your feet flat and just bring a nice posture to your spine. Engage the core by paying attention to your navel, your belly button, and maybe that's challenging enough. That's great. Next step would be to raise your feet a bit, lean back slightly, and start to think about raising your feet up, shins parallel to the ground. You could support yourself with your arms, or you can bring your arms forward. Next step from there is to bring your legs together, lift them up, and keep your arms pointed across the room because they're parallel with the ground. And we hold it here for some breaths, but you get breaks. So you can take a break, pull yourself forward by grabbing on below your knees, or on the next round, instead of taking a break, you can cross your legs a bit, and either from flat hands on blocks, or on your fingertips, you can lift yourself up, back down, and then back into it. So we'll do some sets of that. Okay, pick your poison. You know the options for choosing the intensity you want to go for. Probably do 5 sets of this. So bring it up wherever you want. They're going to be about 5 of my breaths. Relax or lift up. Whoa. And back to it. If your legs are shaking, just ignore them. Break or lift. Third one. Now I lost count. Was that 3rd or 4th? We're gonna do extra. This could be the 3rd or the 4th. I'm calling it the 3rd. Break or lift. Okay, number 4. Lots of shake. Lift up. Okay, last one. My legs are going wild. Okay. Lift it up. Down. That's your boat pose for the day. Just scoot your butt a little closer to your heels and lie down. We're just gonna do a few rounds of super easy bridge pose. I don't know, I bring my heels so I could almost touch them. And just ever so slowly kind of roll your hips forward and then just bring your back off the ground. Nice and chill. You can kind of like move your shoulder blades a bit. And I'm just gonna put my hands along the side of my mat, even hold on to it a bit. And just breathe. When you come down, just go down the same way you came out. Nice and slow. And just like put it down nice and easy. And we'll do 2 more of those. Come back up. I'm just gonna stay. If you wanna go down and up one more time in a couple breaths, go for it. I'm gonna stay here and enjoy it. Okay, back down you go. Sit up and cross your legs. Right now my right leg is crossed in front of my left, and I'm gonna fold forward, but I'm gonna start with a pretty straight back. Get my arms in front of my legs, and then I'm just gonna let my head come down. My arms are just gonna go wherever my arms go. And this is a nice little butt stretch. Inhale, come up. Just switch the position of your legs. Same deal, just drop back in for a couple breaths. Inhale, come up. And just the last move we are going to do before we lie down is I recommend you just do what's called legs up the wall. If you have an appropriate wall near you. This wall is very white and my feet are very dirty. So I'm not gonna do this. I'm just gonna show you what I would do. I just kind of scoot the butt over and bring the feet up, and you just wanna scoot so you're against the wall and relax your feet into the wall. And you can just hang out here. It's very nice. It's actually a wonderful way to hang out. I don't wanna get that wall dirty. The other thing you could do is a downward dog. You can hang out here. You could hang out on your forearms just for a little bit. Or you can try to go into a headstand. I would just, if you've never done one, maybe skip it. If you have, let's go. Don't do your first one right now, but if it's something that you've done before because you've done yoga, it's a nice way to finish. Get your pinkies down first, lace your fingers. All of this kind of happens from your pinkies down your forearm. Cradle your head, and just come up nice and slow. I should have faced the camera, be funny. Do a couple more breaths, wherever you are. If your legs are up a wall, come back to your mat. If you're in down dog, come out of it. If you're in a headstand, just come down slow. I like to do a psych at the bottom. hang and then go down. Everybody just grab child's pose so your forehead's on the ground. You can put your arms back behind you, in front of you. My toes are touching, my legs are a bit wider apart to make space for my torso. Just hang here. Maybe close your eyes if you would like. Take a couple breaths. Keep your eyes closed and just make whatever change you need to lie down on your back on the mat. And relax your legs. When I do that, my feet fall apart. Relax your arms. When I do that, my palms face up. And with your head, you can do whatever you want. You can look to one side, whatever feels the best. A lot of people don't like this part of yoga, and I used to not like it because it felt like a waste of time. And one of the yoga teachers at yoga school said that this is the part of the practice where you get to download all of the benefits of the postures that you just did. So I like to think about that. And just relax your toes. Relax the balls of your feet. Relax the arches of your feet. Relax your heels. Relax your calves, your knees. Relax your thighs, your hammies, big leg muscles. Relax your groin. Relax your butt. Relax your back. Relax the back, upper back, backs of your shoulders, your biceps. Relax your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, your fingers. Relax your neck, your head, your jaw, your tongue. Relax your eyes, your eyelids. When you go from wherever you are to where we're going, which is sitting, I invite you to do that however you want. If you are feeling relaxed, just wiggle around, move your feet and your knees and your wrists, and you can keep your eyes closed and move on up. If that was not relaxing for you, you can just shoot right up if you want. I tend to shoot kind of right up. That's it. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed the routine. I would recommend doing that at least a few times before you discard it as a way that you want to spend your time. See how it feels when you get back into the boat. You're getting a little bit more consistent core work. You're getting a little bit more consistent stretching and flexibility. And over time, that can really help with your progression.
stare down. I win. Thank you so much for joining me on this little yoga adventure. I use a sequence like that to mostly prepare for kayaking. I like to do that to loosen up, get mobile before I get a big day on the river. However, if I'm starting to feel sore, I will do something similar to that to recover from too much time on the river. If nothing else, how I would appeal yoga to kayakers and paddlers is if it can keep you in the boat longer or on top of your sup longer or in the canoe longer, that time stacks over time and you'll see that in your progression. So thank you again, and subscribe to Paddling Magazine's YouTube channel for more videos like this.